A moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Okay. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. We'll call this meeting of the Monongalia County Commission to order this November 19, 2025. It's a little after 10 a.m. All three commissioners are present. We will start with our consent and approval with the County Administrator, Renetta McClure. Good morning, Renetta.
You have 13 exonerations for $8,117.27. Minutes for November 12th, 2025. Vouchers, General County Fund, $1,352,759.16. Coal severance, $10,000. 911, $9,104.42. Chestnut Ridge Park, $1,047.69. Camp Muffley, $1,730.94. Mason-Dixon Park, $568.61. Mon County Center, $7,124.90. Transportation levy, $163,836.81. Library levy, $40,213.41. EMS levy, $352,989.42. Opioid settlement funds, $14,064.04. Assessor's valuation, $3,545.46. Morgantown Industrial TIF, $22,467.80. Mon General TIF, $424,129.62. University Town Center TIF, $2,245,299.63. Harmony Grove, $398,786.42. Parks and Rec, $26,557.11. Purchasing card vouchers, General County, $8,206.36. Mon County Center, $434.80. for a voucher total of $5,082,866.60. We have no budget revisions to approve this morning. Position vacancies for boards and authorities are listed on the website, and fiduciary orders for November 19th, 2025.
Move to approve the consent agenda items as presented.
Second.
The first and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I was able to verify that one item on the meeting minutes to my satisfaction, so
Okay,
we're good.
All right, awesome.
No additional fiduciary matters this week.
No, sir.
Next, we have introduction of new employees, personnel changes. First, AG agent, Carmen Fulmer, Family and Community Development Program Coordinator, full-time.
Yes, her effective date is December 1st, and the salary is $40,000 per year,
Great.
full-time with benefits.
I move to approve the personnel as presented.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Becca is going to bring her in after December 1st to meet you all.
Great.
So,
Okay.
Next, we have a position in the Dog Warden, Canine Adoption Center, Joshua Brozick, Deputy Dog Warden, full-time.
yes, he is also starting December 1st, and the salary is set at $33,500, 6-month probation, and it is a full-time benefit-eligible position.
Great.
Move to approve the personnel as presented.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next up, we have our comments from the public. At this point, I'll open comments from the public. Anyone wishing to come forward and speak whatever it is on your mind, just state your name and address, and you have a couple minutes to tell us what's on your mind. Anyone? Anyone? Seeing no one, unless there's someone behind the pillar I can't see,
No.
we will close comments from the public. Next, grants. Colleen Kuhn, the grants coordinator.
Good morning. I have requests for reimbursement. The first one is the Community Corrections Grant in the amount of $20,145.87. And the next one is VOCA in the amount of $8,181.17.
I move to approve the request for reimbursement as provided.
Thank you.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next up, correspondence. We have a follow-up letter from the West Virginia Auditor's Office regarding the changes to Volunteer Fire Department Audit Authority.
If you remember, a couple of months ago, we received a notice from the Legislative Auditor's Office that they would be taking over all those responsibilities. So
Yes.
this is just a reminder about what the changes are for the volunteer fire departments and for the county commission's reporting.
It's a great value for them too, because those audits can be rather expensive. So with the state taking over, that'll help. They're already cash strapped. volunteer fire departments.
Yeah, and with the legislative office taking it over, that frees up the auditor's office, because that's, they're,
Well, with the 55 or 54 counties that they're doing the sales on, they've just gone
Yeah.
nuts with the stuff they have to do, so yeah, so good for all. Next, letter from Orr Ash, Deputy State Auditor, Local Government Services Division regarding the expiration of any special excess levy prior to June 30, 2027.
The only thing that this affects is the EMS levy, and I've
Okay.
already been in contact with Forrest, and he's already working on what he needs to propose for next year, so.
Great.
so that'd be the EMS levy that would be either on the May or the November.
Right. I think he's shooting for May, but yeah.
Right,
And same thing with the school excess levy.
sure.
That will also.
They're both on there, yeah.
Also be effective.
Do we have any other correspondence for Netta?
I do not have any, if you all have anything.
Sean? Tom?
No.
I don't have any either. Seeing no unfinished business, move on to new business. To consider approval of funding up to $2,300 for support of the West Virginia Black Bears Outreach Program for the 2026 season.
I believe this is the third or fourth year that they've partnered with the United Way to raise funds and awareness for the organization through donations of tickets, jersey auctions, and monetary donations. They actually used to request a lot more, but the Rich family, who has the West Virginia Black Bears, has become their corporate sponsor.
Okay.
So it's lessened their request to
Great.
$2,300 this year.
And this will come from the Monongalia County Ballpark Events Fund.
Correct.
So I would move to approve funding in the amount of $2,300 for the support of the West Virginia Black Bears Outreach Program for the 2026 season. That money coming from the Monongalia County Ballpark Events Fund.
Second?
The first and the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, consideration to approve the additional compensation for the assessor of Monongalia County as indicated by the letter received from Matthew Irby, West Virginia State Tax Commissioner, that the assessor has substantially completed the additional duties pursuant to West Virginia Code, Section 776B.
I'd move to approve the additional compensation for Monongalia County Assessor as outlined in West Virginia State Code 776B, whose eligibility is confirmed by the certification as provided by West Virginia State Tax Commissioner Matthew Irby.
Second?
We have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And a little background on that, there's like 6 different things that
Right.
the assessor has to fulfill. He has to annually complete a sales ratio analysis in the manner prescribed by the state tax commissioner. He needs to present to the tax commissioner a list of real property transfers. He has to report by December 1 of each year a list of new construction and improvements exceeding $1,000. He has to provide a supply list of new businesses added to the assessment rules and businesses that have discontinued operations. He provides assistance to the tax commissioner to disseminate information with respect to the taxation, classification, and valuation on non-utility and public utility properties, and he assists in the current use of real property, determining the current use of real property in his county as a tax commissioner may require to accomplish a uniform appraisal and assessment of real property. So all those duties he had to complete by November 1, and it'd be certified by November 15th.
Great. Next, to consider for approval a request by Main Street Morgantown for $600 to record and televise the annual Christmas parade on December 10th.
This is an annual request and an annual funding. I would move to approve the request and provide funding in an amount of $600 as presented.
Second?
First and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
D, consideration to approve requisition number 19 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Administrative Expense Fund.
The requisition is for $1,036.25. Those funds will be paid to Steptoe & Johnson.
Move to approve requisition number 19 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Administrative Expense Fund.
Second?
The first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, consideration to approve requisition number 12 for the Mon General Maple Drive Series 2016C Administrative Expense Fund.
Requisition for $132.50, and those funds will be paid to Steptoe & Johnson. This is the assistance they provided for the annual report.
Yep.
Sure.
Move to approve requisition number 12 for the Mon General Maple Drive Series 2016C Administrative Expense Fund.
Second.
We have first and a second, all in favor? Aye. Next, reports from elected officials and department heads. Anyone? Nothing.
Did you guys want to come up and say hello? We have representatives from Senator Capito's office here.
Great.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out, but
Morning.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Piercy with Senator Capito's office, and I have with me Chuck Flannery, who's our state director. This is Shay Potter. She is actually our staff assistant in our Morgantown office.
Okay.
And we wanted to bring her to let you all meet her, and she will be your point of contact
Oh.
up here.
Excellent. Good to know.
Great.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
She's a WVU grad too, so
Of course.
very
Could you make
helpful.
sure she gives us her email address and so we'd be able to have that contact?
I'll give you my card.
Yeah, that would
Awesome.
be
you
great.
Please do.
provide it to, well, you can provide it to all of us, but make sure that the administrator gets it.
Yes.
And then whenever we lose it, we'll ask her.
That's right.
So you mean in 5 minutes when I get back
Yes,
there?
exactly. By the time I go back to the
Who was that
office, it's
person?
lost.
Jennifer, thank you for, obviously, you're a friend of Mon County, and it's good to see you, and welcome. And we look forward to hearing from you and then bouncing any issues that we have off of you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, reports from county commissioners. Tom?
First, I just want to say, I want to extend, and on behalf of the county commission too, our thoughts and prayers to council member Louise Michael, who's lost her sister last night to cancer. Fortunately, she was able to drive up there to be with her in Ohio when that happened. Let's see. Second, for informational purposes, the Mountaineer Food Bank had their program Saturday, and I want to thank Dan Brewster, who's a WVU professor and runs the dental and medical brigades, and they ran the program, and there were 406 families, and that's way higher than normal. We usually average around 250. And we also did another 150 Pantry Plus More. So we did 556 families last weekend, and I want to thank everyone who helped out. Third, last week, I will just say this, I was involved in depositions with Mountain State Justice concerning our pedestrian and vehicle safety ordinance. I'll leave it there. And then finally, after there, I was fortunate to go to Philadelphia for the first time and be with my family. All of our family members were together for the first time in 12 years, and it was great to get away, eat seafood, and just have family to talk with, and I strongly recommend everyone with Thanksgiving coming up being able to do that, and that's it.
Philly's known for seafood?
Yeah, they're known for a lot of things.
Haven't heard that one.
Oh, yes.
It's been a little bit of a busy week. Most of our meetings and stuff has been around the insurance, health insurance open enrollment period. Wednesday, after our meetings, we had a tag up with our Take Command partners. On Thursday, had the MAP Executive Committee meeting, Red Team Development Authority, and then the administrator and I had a tag up with Enterprise, our fleet management vendor. Friday, we had staff reports. Yesterday, I did have still have weekly JUMA calls until the new management entity is fully up to speed. They're supposedly made offer on their last position that they needed to hire to get their leadership team in place, but we're continuing to regularly communicate with them and make sure that we're pushing the envelope and making sure that we're making sure that the ATC can be sustainable for years to come. Today's a regular day. We have no work sessions. We do have an employee health care webinar this afternoon, and I have a MAP board meeting. Tomorrow, I have Milan Park Foundation Executive Committee meeting, Health Department Board of Health meeting, MAP Executive Board meeting, and at night we have the MMPO, which I imagine will be a pretty busy meeting because I think we skipped last month.
We did.
Yeah, we haven't had a meeting in 2 months, so. Friday, we have staff reports. The administrator and I have a tag up with Enterprise, and then we have our health insurance implementation team has an update meeting, and then I have meeting with a local broadband team. That's all as far as my schedule. Most of the stuff we've been working on is as I've mentioned, the health insurance enrollment update. We have been receiving a lot of questions. I really appreciate our staff has been dealing with those questions, and the commission asks as the employees just patiently go through this process. Through the initial enrollee period, I've already have 24 people that are completely enrolled, and every single one of them but one is going to be paying less than next year. So there's a lot of information and a lot of communication out there for people to consider, and a lot of misinformation. But just if you have questions, ask them of our staff, ask them politely, and they'll make sure that they get answered, and we'll get an answer back. And we'll continue to provide communication feedback like this additional webinar that we scheduled because we had so many questions. So I just ask for patience. And lastly, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that my lovely wife is here today. Thank you, Jacqueline, for coming to visit us.
Smart man. I, too, had a pretty busy week. We started last Wednesday with a very good Mon County Planning Commission meeting, a work session with the local developer. It really has gotten to the point where if you have a good developer like this one is, an open communication with the Planning Commission, and some of our new board members are incredibly skilled and educated in planning and in different engineering type of areas, that it was a very productive session, and I think kind of the way that things should work. A very high-density apartment complex proposal in a very high-density area, and we went through it methodically in every step, and it looks like it's been approved, but it's going to be a nice addition to the area over near the stadium. Had a teen court board meeting the other day. Teen court's going along pretty well. They could use some more referrals, but which isn't to say that there are fewer eligible participants. It's just getting the referrals sometimes can be difficult. But our coordinator down there, new coordinator, is doing a really good job. Last night I attended the Your Community Foundation Awards, the YCF Awards, where they handed out 131 grants totaling over $300,000, double what they did the year before. And a lot of that is spurred on by the fundraising effort that we were initially part of the beginning of, where we did the matching impact funds that they were able to raise up to $1 million based on a large donation and then the matching funds. So they really have geared that up with their investments in order to generate the funds for those awards. So it was really nice. The overriding theme, and echoing with Tom's sentiment and with the food insecurity, is a lot of the agencies it was Mon, it was Marion, it was Preston County. The representatives from their various food pantries all echoed the same sentiment. The need is, in some cases, double what it has been.
Right.
They all, to a person, indicated that they could use more volunteers. Almost every agency that was there said, anybody wants to come on down. If your interest is animals, the various rescue agencies need volunteers. All the food pantries need volunteers. Even if it's a couple hours a week, it could go a long way. And of course, donations to those places are greatly warranted. And not, several times it was mentioned, kids need more to eat than just ramen noodles. So when you are taking your time and money to donate to these pantries, maybe give them a call ahead and see what the most need is, because people always gravitate toward the canned goods and ramen noodles, and I'm sure those are fine, but that was just a recurring theme that I heard. I'm no expert, that's this guy over here. But also had a Morgantown Community Resources meeting. That's the entity that owns the Hazel's House of Hope, the former Ramada Inn site. And we've completed the transition now to United Way being the managing partner for the entire center up there, rather than the board at MCR being the day-to-day manager. So they put their team in place in the accounting department and the director's seat, and looking forward to good things from them to move that forward. Yesterday, I completed the closing documents for our purchase of the former Salvation Army site on University Avenue. So we now own the vacant lots and the adjacent parking lot up above. So we're looking forward to what we can do with that property in the future. That was approved at the last meeting, but we had the formal closing yesterday. And lastly, I've said it before, and it bears repeating again. I can't thank Sean and Renetta enough for all the time and energy that's gone into the implementation of this health insurance. You guys took the lead, as Sean normally does, and have just taken it head on, and I can't even imagine the number of hours. So we'd be completely lost without you in this regard, not to mention in every other regard down here. But thank you for all the time you put in, and I'm sure Tom would echo the sentiment that it doesn't go unnoticed, and we appreciate it.
Well, it's a team effort, especially with our consultants, USI. They've really, again, we were venturing into the unknown, and there were areas where we were falling short. And it's good that we have USI on board as a consultant so they can help bridge the gap. So it really has been a team effort. I did have two things I wanted to report about broadband. I had a project where I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I reached out to somebody that I knew we were going to be getting broadband in our area. They were going to be getting broadband in the Gandolf Road project area. And I had my pit bull, Mike Fortney, reach out to him and say, hey, what's going on? Have you noticed anything? Because I was trying to independently verify some of the work that our partner was doing. And he responded back and was just gushing about how great the installation was, and how happy he was with this service. But he named the provider that wasn't the provider that we were using for the project. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It's proving what we had said,
Competition.
that if we put seed money out to start extending lines, that it was going to create competition. And as we're sitting here putting up lines, there's already options. So now you have two options in that area, which is going to drive down the pricing. So it's really working well. And the second story was I was at an event on Saturday, and somebody complained to me about somebody ran a fiber line through his property and said that it wasn't in the right of way. And so I got the address. On Monday, I reached out to Frontier because he said he thought it was Frontier. So I reached out to I didn't think in the area that he mentioned, I didn't think it was Frontier. It's not one of our projects. And so I reached out to, I have a contact at Frontier who's been wonderful. And this wasn't even his issue, but he said, no, it's not ours. We're not doing work in that area. And I asked him, well, could you help me find out? Within a half hour, he had told me who the contractor was, who their sub was, who the project manager for the sub was, so that I could reach out to them, put them in contact with the citizen, and let them resolve that whatever possible issue there was.
Right.
So really want to thank Frontier for they've crossed the line on the project we've done with them. They've already finished, and a month and a half, 2 months ago, and they're still being a good partner in regards to any questions I have. And I just really want to thank the individual I worked with was, I'm going to butcher his last name, Jason Oliphant. I believe that was his name, but he's very helpful, and I want to thank him and the whole Frontier team for quickly resolving an issue that wasn't even theirs.
Oh, that's really nice. Great. One last note on the health insurance. I did the procedure and went through the portal myself, and I was originally one of about 15 prospective, when we were doing the prospective numbers, prospective employees that would have seen an increase due to the number of dependents I have on the plan. And I found that to actually not be the case. I can select essentially the same insurance plan we had before for basically the same price. I think I'm choosing a slightly upgraded plan and paying a little more, but there's a lot of options on there. I found a lot more than I thought there would be. So at least from my perspective, going through the process was fairly simple. Anyway, for whatever that's worth. With that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.
We be gone.